Excess cortisol is hypercortisolism is also known as Cushing syndrome. So, from where is cortisol secreted? From where is cortisol secreted? From which gland? Adrenal gland. Adrenal gland also secretes other two hormones. Right. So, this is due to excess glucocorticoids or cortisol. So, by definition, Cushing syndrome or hypercortisolism is a clinical syndrome. It results from prolonged exposure to excess glucocorticoids due to any reason. And it can be mainly exogenous cause or endogenous cause. Exogenous cause is most common, followed by the endogenous cause. Exogenous means from outside we are giving the patient exogenous corticosteroids. Like mostly prednisolone, if it's given from outside, that is known as exogenous. For any kind of therapy, that is the most common cause of Cushing syndrome. Other causes are the endogenous causes, we will come to that. So coming to the etiology, this is the most important picture. Once you understand this, the things will be clear. So the causes, first one is exogenous, that is the most common cause, and next is the endogenous causes. Among the exogenous cause already discussed, that is the outside, from outside. This is given prednisolone or steroid tablets that are, these are the steroid that are intaken, and they will increase the level of corticosteroids or the cortisol, and that will, since from outside we are giving the cortisol, already the cortisol levels are raised, therefore the adrenal glands will go into atrophy, since it doesn't have to function because there is already excess corticosteroids in the body. So next comes our endogenous. One is ACTH dependent, another is ACTH independent. From what is the full form of ACTH? Adrenocorticotropic hormone. From where it is released? From anterior pituitary. And for ACTH dependent, we have this pituitary Cushing syndrome, or that is known as a Cushing disease. In Cushing disease, what happens? There is anterior pituitary adenoma or tumor in the anterior pituitary, so therefore it releases excess ACTH. For that reason, from ACTH we stimulate the adrenals to release the excess cortisol. Therefore, this is known as ACTH dependent. Another thing is various paraneoplastic syndromes. In case of mostly small cell carcinoma lungs, it releases ectopic cortisol, ectopic ACTH, that also stimulates the adrenal glands. They form the adrenal hyperplasia, and therefore there is excess cortisol. The last one is the ACTH independent, that is adrenal Cushing syndrome. Adrenal, this is the problem of adrenal gland itself. When there is any tumor in the adrenal, that is any adenoma or carcinoma, there is excess release of cortisol. Other thing is it can also undergo primary hyperplasia that also releases excess cortisol. ঠিক আছে, তাহলে দুটো মেইন পার্ট, ওয়ান ইজ এক্সোজিনাস, একটা এন্ডোজিনাস। এক্সোজিনাস হচ্ছে বাইরে থেকে স্টেরয়েড দেওয়া হচ্ছে, তার জন্য এফেক্ট বাই এফেক্ট হচ্ছে অলরেডি বডিতে দের ইজ ইনক্রিজ কর্টিসল, তাই জন্য হচ্ছে দ্য অ্যাড্রেনালস ডোন্ট নিড টু ফাংশন, দে উইল আন্ডারগো অ্যাট্রফি। নেক্সট ইজ এন্ডোজিনাস, তার মধ্যে এসিটিএইচ ডিপেন্ডেন্ট আর ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট। এসিটিএইচ ডিপেন্ডেন্ট মানে হচ্ছে ওয়ান ইজ পিটুইটারি adenoma, সেখানে থেকে হচ্ছে excess ACTH will be secreted, সেটাতে there will be adrenal hyperplasia। আর paraneoplastic syndrome এর জন্য ectopic ACTH will be released from small cell carcinoma lungs, সেটাতেও ACTH বাড়বে, adrenal hyperplasia হবে। এই দুটোতে সিমিলার কেস, ACTH বাড়বে, adrenal hyperplasia হবে, therefore cortisol levels বাড়বে। আর ACTH ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট মানে হচ্ছে ACTH levels will be low because এটা হচ্ছে adrenal glandary hyperfunction হচ্ছে itself due to any tumor, that is it can be malignant or benign adenoma or carcinoma, and also there can be nodular hyperplasia. In any of the cases, there will be excess secretion of cortisol. But ACTH will not be raised in this case. ACTH will rather be low. Change. So, discussing it one by one, the exogenous are the most common causes due to the long-term glucocorticoid therapy, mostly due to prednisolone. Next is the endogenous causes, that is ACTH dependent. That is the most important cause among endogenous is the pituitary adenoma. That is also known as Cushing syndrome, Cushing's disease, and there will be increased secretion of ACTH due to pituitary adenoma. And that then next is the ectopic ACTH secretions. This is most commonly from small cell carcinoma lungs. Other causes are the bronchial carcinoid and pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. And ACTH independent are the any tumors or hyperplasia of the adrenal gland, that is adrenal adenoma, adrenal carcinoma, or any kind of adrenal hyperplasia. It can be micronodular or macronodular hyperplasia. So before we come into the pathogenesis, we have to first know the normal HPA axis or the hypothalamic pituitary axis. From the hypothalamus, there will be release of CRH. What is CRH? Corticotrophin releasing hormone. From that, it stimulates the pituitary to release the ACTH. From ACTH will stimulate the adrenal glands to release the corticosteroids. Released from the adrenal gland will form a negative feedback to the pituitary and hypothalamus so that excess hormone is not produced. If any due to any reason there is increase of steroids in the body, it will form a negative feedback to the pituitary and hypothalamus so that these levels will ultimately remain normal. So from hypothalamus there is release of corticosteroid releasing hormone which stimulates the pituitary to release the ACTH and which stimulates adrenal cortex to release the cortisol, and that will have a negative feedback to this pituitary and hypothalamus, and ultimately the overall total balance is maintained in the body. So for the pathogenesis of exogenous ones, there is exogenous steroids which since already discussed, there is excess steroids, it will suppress the ACTH. Therefore, the adrenal cortical glands will undergo hypertrophy. Excess ACTH হয়ে গেছে, so already from outside, therefore the adrenal glands doesn't need to function much and it will undergo atrophy. Atrophy means the cell will shrink in size and it will reduce its function. Therefore, bilateral cortical atrophy will be occurred. And next coming to the pituitary adenoma, this is also known as a Cushing disease. দুটো জিনিস আছে, one is Cushing disease, another is Cushing syndrome. Cushing syndrome মানে যে কোনো কারণে যদি cortisol বেশি হয়ে যায়, that will lead to various clinical symptoms and that will give rise to the clinical that is Cushing syndrome. And in Cushing disease there is pituitary adenoma. Okay, the Cushing disease also leads to Cushing syndrome. So in pituitary adenoma, this pituitary there will be tumor in the pituitary anterior pituitary gland which will release excess ACTH and that will stimulate the adrenal glands to release excess cortisol. And therefore, since there is excess ACTH, the adrenal glands will be hyperstimulated. Therefore, they will form adrenal hyperplasia. The bilateral adrenal glands will undergo hyperplasia. So there will be excess of cortisol. In case of adrenal adenoma or carcinoma, the gland itself will be hyperfunctioning, that will lead to release of excess cortisol and that will suppress the ACTH by negative feedback, and therefore there will be atrophy of the uninvolved cortical adrenal cortex. The involved cortex যেটা হচ্ছে যেখানে টিউমার আছে অ্যাড্রেনালের সেই জায়গাটায় হচ্ছে আইদার টিউমার হবে কি হাইপারপ্লেসিয়া হবে, বাট due to negative feedback from this excess steroids, the other side of the adrenal will undergo atrophy. In case of ectopic ACTH, that is from the paraneoplastic syndromes like small cell carcinoma lungs, there will be marked ACTH excess. That will also, ACTH excess will lead to bilateral adrenal hyperplasia. Whenever there is ACTH excess, it will lead to adrenal hyperplasia and ultimately severe hypercortisolism. So this is a summary of what we already learned. তাহলে একজন কেউ কজেস গুলো বল, সামারাইজ কর জাস্ট। causes gulo bol. The main two important causes, one is endogenous, other is exogenous. The most important konta, exogenous na endogenous? Most common exogenous, mane from outside jeta steroids hoche, that is the most common. This is the exogenous, this is the most common. Next comes these three are under the endogenous. Endogenous er moddhe duto typer, one is ACTH dependent and other is ACTH independent. ACTH dependent er moddhe ki porche, mane ACTH barbe kokhon, either there is ACTH is released from what? Pituitary. So either there is pituitary adenoma or another paraneoplastic syndromes from where there is excess release of ACTH. From the pituitary adenoma, this is also known as a Cushing disease, there is excess ACTH. Other is from the small cell carcinoma lung, there is ectopic ACTH. তাহলে দুটো কন্ডিশন যেখানে excess ACTH হবে তার জন্য there will be excess cortisol. Another cause is the from adrenal gland itself, either adrenal adenoma হবে বা adrenal carcinoma হবে বা hyperplasia হবে। তাহলে দুটো, একটা হচ্ছে পিটুইটারি কজ, একটা হচ্ছে একটোপিক, একটা হচ্ছে ফ্রম দ্য অ্যাড্রিনাল। বোঝা গেছে? So the effects of excess cortisol. What are the normal functions of cortisol in different sense? So there is, first is in the protein metabolism, there will be increased breakdown of the protein. ঠিক আছে, তার জন্য মাসল ওয়েস্টিং হবে, থিন স্কিন হবে, and there will be osteoporosis, and in case of carbohydrate metabolism it increases gluconeogenesis. তার জন্য বডিতে গ্লুকোজ there will be increase, there will be hyperglycemia, diabetes mellitus and insulin resistance. Next. In case of fat metabolism also, there will be excess fat deposition in various parts, that is mainly in the trunk, in the face and in the back and behind the neck. So this will give rise to various fascies like moon fascies, and due to the excess deposition of fat in the body, in the back, this will form a buffalo hump. ঠিক আছে, আর যেহেতু in the trunk, this will lead to central obesity. তাহলে important points are the central obesity, moon face and the buffalo hump. Patient will present like this. ওটা দেখেই আমরা চিনতে পারবো যে this is a patient of Cushing syndrome. আর in case of immune system, there will be immune suppression. Since there is immune suppression, there will be increased chance of infections, and that will also lead to poor wound healing. So just in short, the blood pressure or the blood pressure will also increase, leading to hypertension, and there will be diabetes, dyslipidemia, osteoporosis, and it will also affect the neuropsychiatric symptoms, and that will give rise to anxiety, depression and insomnia. So clinical manifestations, these are the typical manifestations of a patient of a Cushing syndrome. First of all, starting from the face, there will be moon fascies, that is there will be excess deposition of fat in the face and also fat deposition in the neck and back, that will give rise to the buffalo hump. And next, there is also presence of central obesity, and in the abdomen there are various hyperpigmented areas that is known as the abdominal striae. There will be pink colored excess due to loss of collagen, and the area of the skin becomes thin, and this will give rise to the abdominal stria or the pink color striations. And due to loss of collagen, due to increased protein metabolism, there will be limb wasting. The proximal limbs there will be thin limbs, or the muscle wasting will occur, and there will be easy bruising. And due to the neuropsychiatric symptoms, there will be insomnia and also anxiety and depression. And due to derangement of the, there will be this, there is central obesity, weight gain, moon fasces, buffalo hump. This is a thin, due to this thin skin, there is purple stria and easy bruising. These are the abdominal stretch marks or the stria. Okay, this will, due to the thin skin, this striations will form. And next is they tend to bruise easily. These are the fat pads or the buffalo hump in the back or neck. And there is also associated hirsutism and dermal atrophy and loss of collagen. In the musculoskeletal, there is muscle weakness, proximal myopathy, osteoporosis, and increased chance of fractures, and due to increased calcium metabolism. And in case of cardiovascular, there will be hypertension. And in metabolic, there is hyperglycemia and diabetes and insulin resistance. And in case of reproductive, there is also hirsutism, and that is present in the clinical features. And in neuropsychiatry, there is depression, anxiety, and insomnia. So, can anyone sum up the important clinical features? First step, face ki hobe? There will moon faces. Tarpor buffalo neck. Back. So this is a moon faces, buffalo hump, and okay. And central obesity, abdominal stria, আর তার সাথে there will be thin limbs, আর তার সাথে easy bruising, along with hirsutism, and there will be symptoms of neuropsychiatric symptoms like anxiety, depression, and insomnia. ঠিক আছে, আর মেটাবলিক্যালি কি হবে? There will be hypertension and diabetes, that is hyperglycemia and dyslipidemia. তার সাথে ক্যালসিয়াম, there will be reduced calcium, increased calcium resorption, and therefore this will lead to osteoporosis, and there will be increased chance of fractures. So for lab diagnosis, what comes in the mind? For lab diagnosis, first হচ্ছে এত যে বলা হলো যে কর্টিসল আর এসিটিএস এগুলোই মেজার করলে আমরা পাবো যে কি হচ্ছে। So first of all we have to measure the ACTH. ACTH ডিপেন্ডেন্ট দুটোই ছিল, সেগুলোতে ACTH বাড়বে, আর বাকি যা ছিল সেগুলোতে ACTH কমবে। ACTH ডিপেন্ডেন্ট তাহলে কি কি ছিল? একটা হচ্ছে পিটুইটারি ডিজিজ অর দ্য পিটুইটারি অ্যাডিনোমা, যেটা কুশিং ডিজিজ বলছে, প্লাস হচ্ছে এক্টোপিক এসিটিএইচ ফ্রম দ্য প্যারানিওপ্লাস্টিক syndromes like the small cell carcinoma lung. In these two there will be high ACTH along with high cortisol. ঠিক আছে, but in low ACTH কখন হবে? যখন adrenal gland itself will be hyperfunctioning. সেইগুলো কি আছে? adrenal adenoma, adrenal carcinoma and exogenous steroids. already there is excess cortisol, therefore this will give a negative feedback and there will be less ACTH. তাহলে এইভাবে আমরা ডিফারেন্সিয়েট করতে পারবো যে কি কজ। We have to identify the disease and also know the cause. There can be additional findings like these are already known, that is the hyperglycemia, there will be neutrophilia and lymphopenia due to immunosuppression, and there is hypokalemia, especially in case of ectopic ACTH, and there will be metabolic alkalosis. So these are the morphologic changes we find in case of adrenal glands. This is a normal adrenal gland size. When it reduces in size or hyperfunctioning, it is known as atrophy. And when it is excess functioning, it will enlarge and give rise to hyperplasia. This is a normal gland, atrophy and hypertrophy. Atrophy কখন হবে? If this is the adrenal gland atrophy কখন হবে আর hyperplasia কখন হবে? Atrophy হচ্ছে যখন আমরা পাবো হচ্ছে when the gland is not functioning. Gland কখন কম ফাংশন করবে? When there is excess steroids already in the body, that is when there is exogenous steroids intake, and also when there is যদি অন্য সাইডের adrenal will be there is adrenal adenoma or carcinoma, the other part of the adrenal will undergo hypertrophy. And when there is excess steroids in the body, exogenous, তখন bilateral adrenal will undergo atrophy. Or in case of hyperplasia, when there is excess ACTH, it will stimulate the glands to undergo hyperplasia. তাহলে দুটো cause of hyperplasia, either there is pituitary ACTH increase from pituitary adenoma or ectopic ACTH increase. These both cases will lead to hyperplasia. And under microscopy, there is crooked hyaline change in the corticotrophs. That is a finding that is present in case of that is pituitary adenoma. This is in case of adrenal adenoma and adrenal carcinoma, we find the tumor in the adrenal gland. In case of pituitary adenoma, adrenal adenoma, there is, since it is a benign condition, there will be well circumscribed yellow tumor and atrophy of the remaining cortex. Other areas will undergo atrophy, but there will be a well circumscribed yellow tumor. Why this is yellow? Because there is increased lipid content in this tumor. And on microscopy, it will give rise to clear cells due to increase of lipid content. And in case of adrenal carcinoma, this is a large hemorrhagic tumor with necrosis and invasions. And in case of primary adrenal hyperplasia, adrenal hyperplasia can be either macronodular or micronodular. In this image, this is the adrenal gland which shows various nodules. These are the nodular hyperplasia. So for diagnosis, we have to do this test. First is a low dose dexamethasone or the corticosteroid test, and the high dose test along with ACTH. In case of normally, when there is low dose of cortisol is given, the result will be cortisol will be low, but when there is high dose, the cortisol will be suppressed. In both, cortisol level will be suppressed in both low dose and high dose steroids, but ACTH will remain normal. But in case of adrenal adenoma, the ACTH will be low, and in case of pituitary adenoma and ectopic, the ACTH will be high, since it is ACTH dependent. So for diagnosis, we have some screening test and for localization. For screening test, we have to first know this diagnosis disease as Cushing syndrome. তার জন্য ফার্স্টে কি দরকার? We have to detect the increased level of cortisol. For that, we have to either do a 24-hour urinary cortisol or late night salivary cortisol and overnight dexamethasone suppression test. By that, we know the increased level of cortisol and we can detect this disease. and after that we have to detect where it is located. কিভাবে লোকালাইজেশন করব সেটা হচ্ছে ACTH উপর। কর্টিসল তো সবেতেই রেজ হবে, ACTH কম কি বেশি সেই অনুযায়ী। If there is increased ACTH, it can be due to two causes, either pituitary or ectopic. To rule out that, first we have to do the, if ACTH level comes high, there are two causes. One is pituitary adenoma. For that we have to do pituitary MRI. যদি pituitary MRI তে adenoma বেরিয়ে যায় তাহলে we know the cause, and if that is not found, we have to look for other causes. One is we have to look for the other, whether it is due to the paraneoplasty syndromes. For that we have to search for the ectopic ACTH source, and if there is increase, we have to also do the CT and MRI of the adrenal glands to look for the adrenal gland abnormality if there is any tumor or hyperplasia. তাহলে imaging দরকার to know the localization. One is pituitary MRI, another is CT MRI of the adrenal glands, and another is to search for the ectopic ACTH source. That's how we will know the root cause. First তাহলে আমরা diagnosis এর জন্য we have to, there will be increased 24-hour level of cortisol. Cortisol level যখন increase হয়ে যাচ্ছে, we know this is a case of Cushing syndrome. Along with, first of all, there is clinical features. We have to clinically diagnose the patient and then give this test to the patient. তখন যখন cortisol বেশি এলো, we have to look for যে ACTH বেশি কি কম। তারপর যখন ACTH বেশি এলো কি কম এলো সেই অনুযায়ী we have to do the further imaging test to find out the root cause, whether it's in the pituitary or adrenal or from an ectopic source. So for the complications, these are similar to the excess cortisol functions only. From cardiovascular, there is hypertension, atherosclerosis, heart failure. In case of metabolic, there is diabetes and dyslipidemia. And in case of skeletal, there will be osteoporosis and vertebral fractures. In case of infections, there is opportunistic infections due to reduced immune capacity, and there is for thromboembolic functions, and neuropsychiatric, there is depression and anxiety, and in case of mortality, the major causes are due to cardiovascular disease and severe infections that will lead to the death. So to summarize, this Cushing syndrome is due to excess corticosteroids, and most common cause is the exogenous corticosteroid therapy. It can be both ACTH dependent and independent, and dependent comes under which causes? Two causes of ACTH dependent. One is pituitary adenoma, another is ectopic ACTH, and ACTH independent causes are due to the adrenal gland adenoma or carcinoma or adrenal hyperplasia. The characteristic clinical features are the moon phases, central obesity, purpose triad, hypertension and diabetes. And for the diagnosis, we have to do this biochemical test for cortisol and ACTH, and for localization, we have to do the imaging like CT MRI. And we have to, this is important because untreated disease can cause severe, significant morbidity and mortality in the patient. The most common cause of Cushing syndrome, exogenous steroids. তারপর এন্ডোজেনাসের মধ্যে তিনটে কজ, ACTH dependent or independent. ACTH dependent কি pituitary adenoma, or this is pituitary adenoma, also known as a Cushing's disease. তার সাথে ectopic ACTH from the small cell carcinoma lung, and there is adrenal gland, that is CTH independent, that is from the adrenal gland tumor. It can be adenoma or carcinoma, and also hyperplasia. Next. So the symptoms, there is moon phases, this is a buffalo hump, this is the muscle wasting, there will be thin limbs, and there is stretch marks, which is also known as the purple stria. There is central obesity, and there is easy bruising. Along with there will be osteoporosis in the bones and increased chances of fractures. And in case of so we have to find the causes. First of all, for diagnosis, we have to do this in test, that is excess level of corticosteroids, and therefore, and after all, we have to do the localization by CT MRI. We have to look for diagnosis. There is medical history, physical examination, and for the lab diagnosis, there is 24-hour urinary free cortisol test. 24-hour free cortisol will be raised. Also, there is late night salivary cortisol levels we have to check, and also the low or high dose dexamethasone test we have to check. And next comes when this comes high, then we have to look for the imaging and also the ACTH levels. So this is the hypothalamus, which secretes a CRH, or the corticosteroid releasing hormone, which stimulates the pituitary to release the ACTH, and that will stimulate the adrenal glands to form the cortisol. That is a normal HPA axis. This cortisol will have a negative feedback on pituitary and hypothalamus both, and reduce the release of ACTH. So these are the important points. For the most common cause is we discussed many times, that is the exogenous. The most common endogenous cause is the Cushing's disease or pituitary adenoma is the most common endogenous cause. And next comes in case of exogenous steroids, there will be bilateral atrophy adrenal, and in case of ACTH excess, there is bilateral adrenal hyperplasia. আর যখন হচ্ছে contralateral adrenal atrophy, if there is unilateral adrenal adenoma, and characteristic skin lesion are the purple abdominal stria. And the screening tests are our 24-hour urinary free cortisol, late night salivary cortisol, and the low dose dexamethasone suppression test. এগুলো বোঝা গেছে কেন কখন অ্যাড্রেনাল হাইপারপ্লেসিয়া হবে আর অ্যাট্রফি হবে। যখন এক্সেস স্টেরয়েডস থাকবে তখন দ্য কর্টিক্যাল বাইল্যাটারাল অ্যাড্রেনাল দু টাইপের অ্যাট্রফি হয়। ওয়ান ইজ বাইল্যাটারাল অ্যাট্রফি, মানে দুটো অ্যাড্রেনাল গ্ল্যান্ডই অ্যাট্রফি হয়ে যাচ্ছে, তখন হচ্ছে যখন আমরা বাইরে থেকে এক্সোজিনাস স্টেরয়েডস দিচ্ছি। আর যদি হচ্ছে অ্যাড্রেনাল টিউমার থাকে কোনো অ্যাড্রেনাল গ্ল্যান্ড, তাহলে when there is adrenal adenoma or carcinoma, তাহলে বাকি যে পার্টটা আছে অন্য সাইড, we have two adrenals, তাহলে অন্য সাইডের adrenal will undergo atrophy since one is hyperfunctioning. তাহলে atrophy দুটো কারণ হয়ে গেল। আর হাইপারপ্লেসিয়া কখন হবে? যখন হচ্ছে ACTH excess। তো bilateral hyperplasia হবে যখন হচ্ছে there is pituitary adenoma there or ectopic ACTH secretion. In both cases, there will be bilateral adrenal hyperplasia. So these are the causes again. First is the ACTH dependent. This will lead to, তাহলে ACTH dependent গুলোতে কি হবে ultimately? কর্টিসল লেভেল কি থাকবে? ACTH dependent হলে both ACTH আর cortisol levels will increase. কারণ আর in case of ACTH independent, that is from the adrenal gland itself, তাহলে cortisol levels will increase, that will lead to negative feedback, and therefore the levels of ACTH will be low. তাহলে adrenal gland এর প্রবলেম হলে ACTH low হবে, cortisol high হবে। আর যদি ACTH dependent হয়, মানে pituitary বা ectopic causes হয়, তাহলে there will be both high ACTH and high cortisol levels.